Welcome back to another episode of Gamer Zero, where we spread that gaming truth like a virus. I'm your host, T. Hill. You know what the title is? This is going to be my Rage review. Rage. Story. Very, 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 very thin. You are what's called an arc survivor. There are several of them. No exact number was given. Lots of them. They're up in space. Earth is pretty much was hit by an asteroid of something called like Feltrite asteroid, hit the planet, pretty much wiped out everything. Society has crumbled pretty much into three different factions. People who are living in settlements. Then there are these kind of like bandit clans. There's a variety of them, each one slightly different, but it's kind of like Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. You know, if you've ever seen that movie, go check out the Mad Max series. But it's the whole Badlands. You've seen it before in lots of different games, story-wise. But there's also the authority. It's the man. They're trying to keep you down. They're trying to pretty much dominate. And the last, well, I said three, but it really is four. They're not really their own thing. They're called mutants. Ooh, creative. I know. But they're cool. Their plot really, they were mutated due to experiments by the authority on survival, the colonists or whatever. Plot's very, very thin. Won't go into too much detail. There's some cool stuff to it, but it is so thin, it's pretty much there as a backdrop. And id's known for this type of stuff, really having a backdrop of a story. So let's just get into the meat and potatoes of the game. Graphics, presentation, that whole part of it, top notch, top notch. The mega texture technology, really, since everything's hand drawn and hand painted, has a very organic look to it. Very, very amazing. The texture fidelity is great. You can see where the developers didn't want you to look, where they weren't expecting you to really pay attention to. It falls apart where really washed, flat textures in some areas. But where they intend you to pay attention, it's great. Where this whole technology kind of is amazing as it is from a presentation, it does leave a lot of the atmosphere feeling flat. And after all the great FPSs we've had over the years, even just this year alone, with all the wind drift and debris and particle effects and everything feeling so organic in the immersive part of it, this falls a little flat. Yes, it runs at 60 frames a second. It looks great, but it does feel a little stagnant, stale. Like there's not a lot going on. And another thing I noticed, yes, it looks great. The character models look remarkable. Some of the best in the industry. But what I did notice is that everything is so isolated. Your towns are isolated from your hub world. Your dungeons are isolated from your hub world. Your dungeons are isolated from... And it just feels like you're in little sandboxes. And even when you get into the hub world, as big as it is, it feels so bland. So it's like you're in a... I know the premise, it's in a desert, destroyed, dilapidated, ruined world, but it feels like there could have been more done with it. Just because the world's falling apart doesn't mean there's more sights to see. I mean, really, the hub world was just an ends to a mean to get from one location to another. And the presentation, while looking good, feels really flat and not even bleak. Because bleak even has some personality to it. It doesn't have personality into the landscape. While looking good, it just feels a little left wanting in that aspect. The character models, again, I cannot stress this enough. They are so animated and so well textured, and it leaves you thinking, wow, this is a good sign that multi-platform games are really heading in the right direction. So, you know, there's that. The big thing for me, another big piece, is the lighting. The lighting feels a little washed out. I mean, I know it's not good to, or even fair to compare games to other games, but when you're in the same genre and you're not directly a military FPS, I think it's reasonable to some extent to compare the two. And I would say Crysis 2's lighting was vastly superior. The lighting in in Rage just looks really washed. It doesn't leave much to the depth perception created by the lighting is not there. And I feel sad that that's not there because it could have been really played up, especially with the great texture fidelity. So the presentation's great. Art direction, I really like the art direction. Every character and weapon has so much personality. The dungeons have a lot of personality, but to an extent, it's really the characters pretty much are the art direction, and they all breathe it. Yes, there's some clone characters, clone NPCs, that if you walk around a town long enough, you will see the same NPCs. So they all look different? Nah, that's not true. But the weapons, the animations, the art direction all pulls it all together really well, because you're really focusing in on the NPCs and the enemies, and it's done really well. The designs of your buggies are all cool. Your Monarch, I forgot what the other one's called. I can't remember. Brain fart. Art direction great, graphics great. Feels a little lifeless. Story's a little thin. Gameplay. How does the game play? AI, phenomenal. Yes, they do eventually fall into this kind of pattern system per NPC. The enemies that are attacking you fall into patterns, but the way they react is crazy. They'll pop out a corner. If you shoot them, if you hit them in the right spot, they'll lay back, and then they'll kind of sit up like, what the fuck just happened? And then they'll shoot at you. Or if you shoot them in their leg, they'll like hop around and try to hop towards you, or they'll run away from you. Or if you shoot them in the arm, they'll grab their arm, and if they have a weapon in that hand, they'll shoot at you with that hand. They may be running at you and then just all of a sudden decide to stop and throw a weapon at you. They do flank a little bit. They do try to outmaneuver you and outposition you, but not really. You can easily handle any enemy type in the game based on using your environment and pushing back. And because you have regenerative health, that is, if you get out of a firefight for long enough, you will regenerate. You have plenty of items to. I never felt once that I didn't have enough bandages to keep my guy healed up. Tons of ammo. You never ever feel out of ammo. And the wing stick. Dear God, I love the wing stick, especially the advanced wing stick. I walked through the whole final thing pretty much using wing sticks. It was that simple. I mean, the wing sticks are badass. Yeah, you can throw some EM grenades. I mean, the weapons are cool because there's enough variety of them, and you can play around with them, and then, especially when you get the upper level schematics for them, fat boys are sick. If you know what I'm talking about, get those fat boys, because that with a monocular, weird, it's like the good part of a binocular. Don't ask me, I didn't come up with it. But you pretty much pull out the scope, and you can use your pistol as a sniper rifle. And when you have fat boys in that bad boy, it's pretty tight. So, like, the weapon piece that I really want to talk about is pretty much every weapon has multiple types of ammo. A lot of games we see, like, a primary fire and an alt fire. Rage is all about having multiple ammo types. Like, the crossbow has the steel heads, the electro heads, and then they've got, like, a mind control dart. And pistol's got regular pistol ammo, then it's got the fat boys, and then it's got, I forgot what they're called, but they have a bullet within bullets within bullets within bullets, and you shoot the round and it goes, there's just all different types of ammo for weapons, some more so than others. You can upgrade them to some extent, making them more stable, making the reload times a little bit better. So there's some cool stuff to play around, not super in-depth customization. You can upgrade your armor so you can take more punishment. You can upgrade as you're walking around the world. You find all these trinkets that you can sell, pretty much like beer bottles, gas canisters, oil stuff, all this random like bobbleheads. I found one for I think it was. God, I can't remember who it was. There's two of them I found. But they fetch you some good cash, and that helps you stay up on money. Then there's like the Mutant Bash thing, which is really, the Mutant Bash TV, which is really, really cool. I actually, right when I finished the story part where you're forced to do it to get your sponsorship for your car, I actually went right back in and wanted to do it, and I loved it. It was very fun, especially, if you decide to wait later on, you come back with like advanced wing sticks and some advanced sentry bots or turrets. They'll plow the lane. They'll just level the playing field for you, and it's no joke. I mean, it is pretty cool. The mutants are cool. The variety of enemies, there always seems to be like 3 enemy types with one like tank enemy type, one who can deal a lot of punishment, and wing sticks really don't do a whole lot of damage to them. So there's a good mixture of enemies. Game plays sharp, smooth, runs fast. You are always moving about. You never ever get campy. You never get campy. You always, especially like I played a lot of time with the shotgun and the wing sticks. I love shotgun. I love wing sticks, especially once I got the clip add-on and the advanced wing sticks. Just lob it up high, watch it come down, pop, pop, pop. They're dead, run in close, pop them with a couple rounds of the shotgun. Pretty sick. So, gameplay plays great. Story, presentation has its highs and lows. Replayability. There's a multiplayer portion, and it is a car combat racing game. I enjoyed it, but it felt kind of like an add-on. I mean, if they're going there, I always like it when developers know what they're doing, know the vision of their game. And it felt like they were trying to mix in Twisted Metal, but like a watered-down Twisted Metal, and it didn't do it for me. It did not do it for me. Racing felt a little easy. Combat, I didn't like having, and I don't know, I didn't try to even remap it, if that option's even there. But having the fire button for your weapons on X when everything else is controlled in the shoulder buttons felt a little weird. It's like I have to remember, I have to press X when everything else is up at the top. So it just felt weird design decision, I don't know. All in all, replayability, when the game ends, it ends, and it is flat ending. No real incentive other than if you really like the campaign experience and you really like the combat to go back through it. There's no incentives whatsoever to go back and play the campaign that I could see. It just really felt flat. Yeah, you're getting a 10 to 12 hour campaign, which was good. Problem with it is a lot of it becomes repetitive. It's a lot of go here, do this. Go here, kill everything, come back and tell them what happened. Go here, and that's the gist of it. The fun parts are everything but the campaign. I mean, I like there in the first, Wellspring, there's a wall where all these different side jobs are, and that was fun for me. That was really fun. The Mutant Bash was fun. The campaign just felt a lot of go here, kill everything, complete whatever that. It's usually bring something back, it's usually bring something back. Talk to the guy, he sends you out on your next mission. That got a little old. It got a really rinse and repeat for me. All in all, I gotta say this game is a 4 out of 5. It felt a lot like it was using Rage as a tech demonstration for everyone to pretty much say, look at how cool id Tech 5 is. A lot of stuff could have been done better, and it's a little sad for me that with my high expectations for all the stuff that the developer had been talking about, great story, all these incentives to come back and play the experience, and then after playing it, there really is no incentives, and the story's really, really thin, and you don't get attached to any of the characters. So there's no real plot development, but the combat, the graphics, the AI really is so strong that I have to give Rage 4 out of 5 badasses. I hope you enjoyed. As always, you can follow me on hiphopgamershow.com. On Twitter, it's T_Hill0. Or if you want to game with me on PSN, it's T-Hill. Alright? I'm out.